welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. It's week 45 and it's the last week of 2022. So I've taken a lot of my favorites and combined them together. A lot of focus on the deep core line. Obviously we're focusing on breathing as usual, and a lot of core strengthening exercises as well as balance, squats and those kind of things. For the workout, you're going to need a foam roller, and you're going to need, I've got a variety of reflex balls here, hard, soft, and bigger and soft. So whatever you have available, you can use. Let's take the hard reflex ball and we're going to bring it under the foot and give the foot a nice slow and steady release. That foundation. Focus on your breathing, just feel the breath in and out through the nose and be aware of the breath as we go along, and just see how it changes as we release everything. Bring the ball into the arch of the foot and you're going to circle in one direction and then you're going to change direction. Let's pick the ball up today. Let's grab hold of the ball with the toes and pick it up. So really get those toes working. You can focus on balancing on that supporting foot. And another 2. Grab hold of that ball. If you can't quite grab hold of the ball, then just wrap your toes around it. Let's bring the ball under the heel. Ball of the foot on the mat, and you're going to massage under the heel for a few seconds. A nice quick proprioceptive movement. If you need the foam roller for balance, you can just bring your hand onto it, and a nice quick proprioceptive movement. Let's bring the ball under the other foot, and we're going to roll from the big toe to the heel. A nice slow and steady movement, rolling. All the way in over the arch of the foot to the heel. Bring the ball into the arch of the foot, circle in one direction, and we're going to change direction. Let's drop the heel onto the mat and roll over the ball of the foot, and then go straight into picking the ball up with the toes. Wrap the toes around and grab hold of the ball if you can, lift it. Otherwise you're just wrapping your toes. Your other option is to just roll over the ball of the foot. But spread the toes out, work the toes, strengthen those muscles. Last 2 and 1 more. Let's drop the heel onto the ball and again roll from side to side. A nice quick proprioceptive movement, waking up those nerves. And 1 more, you might opt for a softer reflex ball. I'm going to take the smaller, softer reflex ball, bring the ball underneath the ankle bones, right at the heel. And here you're going to squeeze the ball and rise up on to the balls of the feet. So squeezing the glutes to help you in the lift. Think about the big toes. That's going to help you with your balance. Keep the ankles nice and steady. Squeeze that ball. Now we're stimulating that posterior tibial nerve that runs right up the inside of the leg. Are you breathing in and out? And again, nice deep breath in and out. 2 more. Try keep it up at the top for a second and release. Let's do one more and release. Good. Release the ball, just shake the legs out. Let's put those reflex balls to the side. We're going to use them just now again and bring the roller next to the mat. Come down onto your knees. Let's take the thumb, so it's part of that front arm line attached to the pectoral muscles and across to the sternum. Your supporting hand, point your fingers towards the foam roller and drop the thumb, little finger pointing up to the ceiling. Roll along that front arm line. So work right over the thumb as you go down and come back up. Let's do another 4, 3, adjust the roller if you need to, and hold it there. Now adjust the roller right underneath that thumb and bounce the shoulder up and down. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the roller closer. Take that hand that was on the roller, bring it above the foam roller. Now the knife edge of the other hand onto the roller, and you're going to roll through, stretching and opening across the back arm line. Breathing in, look through the armpit up at the ceiling. Reach. Let's keep going. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold it there and bounce into that extension. Let's bring the elbows onto the mat, drop down, and you're now going to take the same leg and you're going to roll along the inner thigh. Keep that knee in line with that hip and roll the inner thigh out. You can either stay on your elbows or bring the hand next to the roller and get a good release right into that hip. Finish off with 2 more. And the last one. Hold it right at the groin and then just move up and down. Move up and down. Curl the supporting leg toes under and just move yourself up and down there. So get a little bit deeper into that release. So you're sharing along the inner thigh. And let's release. We're going to go over and do the same thing to the other side. So let's start with the hand on the foam roller. Your supporting hand pointing towards the roller. Drop your thumb and let's roll out. Drop down and roll out. Keep going. 4 and 3, 2 more, and drop down. Adjust the roller if you need to. Thumb onto the foam roller and bounce the shoulder up and down. Let's bring the roller closer, take that hand onto the mat and look through under your armpit. Roll through and look up at the ceiling, breathing in and out. Two more. Hold it there and pulse. Good. Let's come down onto the elbows and bring the knee up onto the foam roller. And again, you're going to keep that knee in line with the hip, hand on the floor, above the foam roller, or you can stay on the elbow. Let's get right along that inner thigh. Another 2. And finish off with the foam roller right where the leg meets the hip. Curl the supporting toes under, and we can shear up and down that area. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back onto the knees. We're now going to release those quadriceps, the front of the legs, so you can bring the knees onto the foam roller. Any strain in the knees, you will not work over the knees, but if you can, try and go over the knees. It's a lovely release for the fascia over the knees. Extend the elbows as far forward as you can, keeping the belly button lifted and the toes down. Focusing again on your breathing. I want you to go into that gecko pose, so we're releasing the inside of that shin and continue with the front of the other leg on the foam roller. This is your first option. Your second option is to bring that foot into the hand and get a bit deeper into that release on the front of the leg, and hopefully feel that stretch across the front of the shoulder, across those pectoral muscles. Finish off with 2 more. And the last one. Let's change. So you're going to extend the other leg and bring that knee up onto the foam roller. And let's roll to the knee and over the knee if you can in this extended position. If you bend the leg, you're obviously going to restrict your range of movement, so you won't go over the knee. But if you can hold the foot in the hand. Just make sure you're going over the shin on the other leg. Two more. And the last one. And let's take the knees behind you onto the mat. Take the knife edge of the hands onto the foam roller. Chest is down and just bounce. Nod the head from side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's again tuck and round the spine, uncurl, and circle the shoulders up and back. Link the hands, nod the head from side to side. Just getting that movement into the head and the neck. Let's put the foam roller to the side for now. And we're going to now take, you can choose which reflex ball you want to use. Obviously the harder one is going to get a bit deeper. We're going to work along that lower abdominal area, because often the breathing gets stuck there. So we want to really focus on getting a deeper diaphragmatic breath right into the pelvis to help open up and loosen up that hip area. So we're going to work with the ball inside the hip bone on the hip flexor. We're going to start in that, and we're going to use the gecko position again. Then we're going to work along your scar tissue over a Caesar if you have one, or anywhere else you feel that the breath is getting blocked. Then we're going to move on to the other side, inside the hip bone, and then onto the hip flexor below the hip bone. So I'm going to use the smaller, softer reflex ball. If you haven't got one of these, you can use the larger, softer reflex ball. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. So the leg I'm not using, I'm going to open up in that gecko pose again. So let's bring the ball inside the hip bone to start. Open up the other leg in that gecko position, so the knee is in line with the hip in this position. But the ball is not under this hip, it's under the extended leg. Inside the hip bone. So not on the hip bone, not below the hip bone, but tucked right in so we can loosen up in the diaphragm. If you find you're not getting deep enough, then you can bring the hand underneath the ball and get a little bit deeper into that release. And all we're going to do here is breathe into the ball. If you want to come up onto the elbow, you can do so, and you will also feel you're getting a little bit deeper into that release. Your other option is to take the larger reflex ball, because you probably will feel you're also getting deeper into it. And stay on the elbows. Relax the head, relax the neck. Let's breathe. Now, if you aren't on the elbows, I want you to come up onto the elbows. You can curl the extended toes under, and you're just going to move up and down a little bit from side to side, so more towards the belly button. You can curl those toes under if that helps, and lift the leg, or just keep the leg on the mat and rock towards the side, so the ball's coming more to the center. Now we're going to bring the ball underneath the hip bone. So we're now on the hip flexor where the leg bends. So that is your position of the ball on the extended leg. Now if you haven't already, curl the extended toes under, and we're going to bounce back and forward. So you're massaging along that hip flexor. You can also move from side to side. And again, drop the knee, bend and extend that leg. Let's now bring the ball into the center. So I have a Caesar scar. I'm going to bring it underneath my belly button, just above my pubic bone. Extend the leg that's in the gecko. I'm going to stay on my elbows. If it's very sensitive, you can drop down onto your forehead and just focus on breathing into the ball. So we're breathing in for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4 to 6 counts if you can. Between 4 and 6 counts. Increase it if you can, and you're going to wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side as we go. You can choose to stay on the elbows if you want to. Relax the head, breathing in and out. Curl the toes under if you want to. As you wiggle, I want you to bring the ball over to the inside of the other hip bone. So it's inside, my hip bone is here, it's right inside. I'm going to come into gecko with the other leg, so lifting it up in line with the knee. Curl the toes under if you want to. And again, let's just start off with a nice deep inhalation and a longer exhalation. So focusing more on that exhalation. Wiggle from side to side if you want to. Curl the toes under and move up and down as well. Now we're going to bring the ball below the hip bone where the leg bends at the hip flexor. And again, just focus on your breathing. Curl those toes under, massage up and down, and from side to side. And let's come up onto the hands and knees. And just pull back into your child's pose. So you're opening up the knees and sitting back onto the heels. Relax your forehead on the mat. We want to breathe into that lower back. If you can't quite reach the mat with your forehead, bring one hand on top of the other. Otherwise you can make a fist. Still breathing in for 4 counts, exhaling for 6 counts. You want to breathe into that lower back area. Push up onto your hands and knees. Let's have a quick drink of water. Come into a supine position with your head on the foam roller. Now we're either going to take, I've got the softer reflex ball, the smaller one, or the larger reflex, or you can actually choose any one. Whichever one you feel gives you the most release. Take the head onto the foam roller. We're going to release these muscles on either side of the neck, from behind the ear down towards the clavicle. This muscle that runs here is a sternocleidomastoid. It's responsible for the rotation of the head. If we have forward head posture, there's a lot of strain on this muscle here. So we're going to focus on massaging and releasing that muscle. So let's lie back. You can either keep your legs bent or extend the legs, whatever is more comfortable. Let's look over one shoulder and we're going to massage. So come down to the clavicle. I've got the ball in my right hand. I'm looking over my left shoulder, so I'm exposing the right side of my neck, and I'm going to use my left hand to anchor the skin. So I'm just getting that nice pull, and we're going to twist like you would squeeze a lemon. You're going to push into that muscle and twist the ball. Push into the muscle with the ball and twist it. Coming right up to the ear, just behind that ear, and then you can move down again down towards the clavicle and keep going. You're going to push into that muscle and twist the ball. If you want to roll, you can do so. Just bring the palm onto the ball and give that area a good release. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to expose the left side. So looking over the right shoulder at the foam roller, pulling the skin with the right hand, use the left hand to twist, push and twist into the muscle and work up the left sternocleidomastoid. Push and twist, push and twist, push and twist. Keep going. Keep going. Let's do 2 more. Take the ball down and move the ball up. And putting the foam roller to one side. We're now going to work across the occiput ridge. So I'm going to use my larger reflex ball, link the fingers, bring the head onto the ball at the spine, and then we're going to massage looking over one shoulder. So I'm working on the right side, so from the spine to that mastoid process, that bony process behind the ear, I'm massaging the ball across. Just on the one side. Let's move to the other side. So we're going to roll from the spine towards that mastoid process, that bony process on the left side. Two more and one more. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the ball under my left upper trapezius. So I'm going to bring it where the neck meets the shoulder. I'm going to support my head in my right hand, and I'm going to take that arm and I'm going to breathe in. As I breathe in, I'm arching, so I'm putting more weight into the ball. As I'm exhaling, I'm going to rotate my palm out, and then I'm going to push the thumb down towards the mat. As I breathe in, I'm opening up to arch. As I exhale, I'm pulling down. Let's breathe in. Open up. The ball will move slightly up and down. Exhale and tuck. Good. Keep going. Breathing in and exhaling. Let's do another 2. Breathing in and exhaling. And one more. And exhaling. Now I'm going to reposition the ball slightly lower down. Right next to the spine. I'm still on my left side. You might need an extra set of hands to position that ball. Bring the feet together. I'm taking hold of my left hand with my left wrist with my right hand, and I'm going to bring the knees over to the left side. And in this position, I'm going to take my left arm and pull it across the body, moving it up. If you're not feeling much of a release in the shoulder area, into the neck, adjust the ball and move it around. We're now going to move the ball onto the right side. So you're going to bring it up onto that upper trapezius area again. I'm now on the right side of the spine, and I'm going to rest my head in my left hand, and then I'm going to be moving my right arm up and down. So as we breathe in, you are arching, bringing the thumb above the head onto the floor. And then on your exhalation, rotate the thumb and bring the arm back. Let's breathe in. Automatically as you breathe in, your chin should be dropping into that as you arch, and on the exhalation, the chin should be coming up. So you feeling that movement in the spine. Breathe in, lengthen up, and exhale. Let's keep going. Nice deep breath in, open up and arch. And exhaling, tuck and tilt. Keep going, breathing in, opening up, and exhaling. Here we go again. Nice deep breath in, open up and arch, and exhale. Can we do one more? Nice deep breath in, and exhale. I'm now adjusting the ball a little bit lower down. If you're not feeling much, just play around with the position of the ball. So on my right side, I'm going to take hold of my right arm with my right wrist with my left hand. The knees are coming to the right side, and I'm going to bounce as I twist, knees and arms, up and around. Are we breathing in here? And then breathe out as you come down. Move the ball around if you're not getting that sweet spot, and let's bounce into that rotation. Keep going, breathing in as you open up. Breathe out as you bring the arm down. Breathing in. And breathe out. Let's do another 2. Breathing in. Open yourself up. It's quite a bit of a challenge on the balance. And breathe out. And the last one, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. I'm going to take the small, softer reflex ball. You choose which ball you want to take. And I'm going to position it between the shoulder blades, those rhomboids. But the softer ball, we can position it right onto the spine. Head into the hands, open up the elbows. On your inhalation, the ball should be moving slightly up the spine. On the exhalation, you're pushing into the ball and just tuck a little bit. Good. You can keep the head resting on the mat if you want to. And let's breathe into arch. And exhale, tuck and tilt. Keep going, breathing in and exhaling, tuck and tilt. Breathing in, let's do another 5. Breathe in, exhaling, push the rib cage down, squeeze and engage those glutes. Here we go, let's do another 2. Nice deep breath in. And exhaling, tuck and tilt, squeeze, and here we go again. And exhaling, tuck and tilt. For the last one, breathing in and exhaling. And release the ball. Again, you can choose your reflex ball. We're now going to bring it onto the lower spine. So I want you to find your belly button and bring the ball onto the back at the belly button. Arms out at your sides. Let's breathe into arch. On your exhalation, you're pushing into the ball and you're tucking and you're tilting the pelvis under, scooping the belly in and engaging those glute muscles. That's your exhalation. So we want to focus more on the exhalation, engaging those core muscles. Breathing in, open up and arch. Again, if your ponytail's not in the way, let the head move with the spine. Breathing into arch, chin should be dropping down. Breathing out to tuck, chin should be lifting up. Let's just do 2 more. Breathing in and exhaling. For the last one, nice deep breath in and exhale. Holding the scoop, I want you to adjust the ball so it's now on the glutes. And you can open up that knee and just massage around that area. Move that ball around. Once you find that sweet spot, bounce the knee down. I'm going to change and work with the harder or the smaller walk ball and see if that gets a little bit deeper into that release. Keep the knee open and roll around. So you can use the blue ball if you want to. That is going to get a bit deeper. If your tension is a little bit higher up, move the ball higher up. And when you're ready, you're going to move to the other side. So the same thing again. Find that trigger point, that sweet spot. And let's open up the knee. Move everything around. Release that lower area so we can activate the glutes more easily when we go into those exercises. Bounce the knee down. I do find the little ball gets a little bit deeper into the release, almost into those little nooks and crannies. Roll around. Release the ball. If you have the larger reflex ball, bring the ball between the knees, otherwise the blue one will do. Your feet are together. We're going to focus on breathing into arch and tuck. So just relaxing the arms at the sides. Feet are quite as close to the bum as you can get them. And we're going to breathe in. On your exhalation, as the rib cage drops down, I want you to squeeze that reflex ball, tuck and tilt the pelvis under. Squeeze and engage the glutes. Abdominals pull in, activate them as you exhale. Breathe in. Squeeze the ball, push the rib cage down, exhale, 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 tuck and tilt. Let's do another 2, then we're going to add that thrust. Breathe out to your tuck and tilt. Adjust the ball if you need to. And the last one, breathing in. And squeeze that ball, tuck, tilt, and round the spine. So squeezing and engaging the glutes. You must stay in this rounded position when you thrust the pelvis up. If you lose the contraction in the core, then you're going to use the lower back to push you off. You need to use those glute muscles to push you up into the thrust. Squeeze the ball between the knees, and we're going to pulse the tailbone and the pelvis up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, squeeze that ball, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Breathing in and out. And last one, breathing in. And on your exhalation, articulate through the spine and hug the knees into the chest. rock yourself to a seated position. We're now going to take the foam roller and work a little bit more into releasing the glutes again. So if you want to stay in this position, you're going to take the same arm as that leg or the glutes that you're on, lift the other buttock off the mat, off the foam roller, roll into the glutes there. So give that area a good release. Your second option is to cross the ankle over the knee and get a little bit deeper into that if you want to, if it's not too sore and if your balance is okay in this position. Right into that lower back, over the glutes. It's a nice big range of movement there. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Getting right into that lower back there. Cross over. Your first option is to keep both feet together. You're just lifting that one buttock off the roller, and the same hand will be supporting you. If you can, cross that ankle over the knee and open up, so you're working into the lower back and opening up more into the hip. Let's come into a seated position on the foam roller. We're going to work a little bit into the ankle. So that shearing movement, we're going to lift the heel, take the palm. I find it easier with the palms up. You can opt to use the index finger. I prefer to use the little fingers, and like you would shear and start a fire, you're going to slide just under the ankle bone there and lift the heel so you can get a little bit more ease into the movement there. This is a great one to release tight ankles there and that Achilles tendon there. We're going to now make a triangle with the index and finger and the thumbs, and then you can keep the heel down for this one and just squeeze the ankle between the index fingers and the thumbs. Those here working into the Achilles tendon as well and the front of the ankle. You can take the fingers and slide them down on the top of the foot as well, giving that area a good release. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to switch. Lifting the heel, either the palms facing up, or you can use the index fingers and palms face down. Like if you were a caveman, you would be using a flint to start a fire, trying to make a flint to start a fire. And you can take the hands around the ankle and massaging in around the foot, the top of the foot, the Achilles tendon, and the front of the ankle. Okay, in this position, I'm just going to angle myself a little bit more. You're going to take the feet apart and you're going to push the knees open with the elbows. So we're breathing in into a nice arch position. As you breathe out, you're coming into a tuck and I want you to push the knees in. So you're activating the deep core line that we've released. Breathe in, open up and arch. On your exhalation, tuck and tilt the pelvis under, round the spine. Good, we're going to do 2 more. Breathe in, open up and arch. So sitting tall on the tailbone and breathing out, you're rolling up the back. Finish off with 1 more, breathing in and breathe out. Okay, for the next one I'm going to give you 3 options. If you want to stay in this position, continue doing the arching and the tucking, the more you exhale, the more you're going to contract, reactivating the glutes as well in this rounded position. If you can, I want you to keep the elbows inside the knees, and as you breathe in, you're going to just hover your bum just off the foam roller and make sure that roller stays where it is. If you need to keep it in place, use your hands and breathe out as you drop down. So you're squeezing and activating the glutes on the in-breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep the hands there if you need to keep the foam roller in place. Otherwise, you're pushing the knees open and let the bum hover. And keep that roller in place and breathe out. I think my hands are going to have to stay on my foam roller. Breathing in and breathing out. Be careful that this is not happening. If that is happening, you need to keep the knees open with the elbows and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. Try and keep lifted. Make sure that roller stays in place. Push those knees out. Lifting up, so we're opening up into the hips and breathe out. Let's do another 4. Nice deep breath in, lifting up and breathe out. And 3 and breathe out. 2 to go, breathing in and breathe out. So in this position, my feet, the weight is into the lateral part of my feet. 2 more. And breathe out. And the last one, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Good. Let's come back onto the mat, so the knees on the mat. We can use the foam roller if we want to, just to support the elbows. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. So we're going to work those glutes now. You can either rest your elbows on the roller or put the roller to the side and come onto the elbows on the mat. Palms are facing up, so you can almost rest the crown of the head into the palms. So just really relaxing and keeping that spine slightly rounded. So we've got more movement in the back. Let's take the knee. Are you going to balance? I'm on my right knee, so I'm going to lift my left knee off the mat. And I'm going to open the knee to the side, so as I breathe in, then I'm opening up, taking the knee to the back, and then I'm exhaling and bringing the knee into the chest. On the inhalation, I'm reversing the circle. Breathe in, open up, take the knee out to the side. I'm starting my exhalation. I'm tucking the knee and bringing it back, just hovering off the mat. Exhale there. Again, I'm going to breathe in. This is 2. And start my exhalation. And bring the knee down. Breathe in. This is still 2. I'm reversing the circle and exhale. And bring the knee back. Last 2. Breathe in. Open up. Circle, start your exhalation. And bring the knee back. Still exhaling. Start your inhalation. Open up. And exhale. Last one, nice deep breath in. Open up. And start your exhalation. Knee comes back. reverse it. Breathing in, opening up, and exhale. Now we're going to breathe in, lift the knee up, and all you're going to do is pulse that knee up. Breathing in and out. Keep going. Let's do 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Good, and release. You should feel the glutes working, especially in the supporting leg. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you can either rest on the roller with the elbows, or you can bring the elbows onto the mat. And we're going to relax the crown of the head into the palms. Let's take the other knee, my right knee now. I'm balancing on my left leg. Breathe in. Open the knee up. I'm starting my exhalation. Circle the knee. And bring the knee in. Still exhaling, still exhaling. Let's reverse it. Now breathe in. I'm opening up, circle the knee, start the exhalation. Rounding the spine. Contract, contract, contract. Let's go for 2. Breathing in, opening up, and start your exhalation. And tucking it in. Keep going. Breathing in, opening up, and start the exhalation. And bring the knee in. We're going for 3. Breathing in, opening up, and exhale. Knee comes in. And breathing in, opening up, and exhaling. Here we go for 3. Breathing in, opening up, and exhale. Breathing in, opening up, exhaling. For the last one, breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Let's hold it in the lifted position and pulse that leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And just give that a good rub. Pulse it out. In this position, let's take one leg forward. We're going to turn that foot out so you can bring the heel onto the mat and the toes onto the floor. So if you see it from this angle, I'm taking my right leg forward. I'm going to bring my hands inside that leg, opening up that knee. We're going to take, so if you look from this angle, I want you to open up as much as you can and take this foot out if you can. So you're opening up. You're going to take the hand inside and we're going to breathe in, extending that arm up, opening up there, and on the exhalation, round the spine and bounce through. Good. Let's breathe in again. Open up. If you're taking strain in the wrist, make a fist with the hand, breathing in and exhaling. It's a nice challenge on the balance. Breathing in and exhale. And just one more, breathing in and exhaling. Bring the feet and the knees together. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to open up, rotating and turning the foot out. If you're on the mat, heel on the mat, and then you're going to open up the supporting knee as much as you can, unless you're taking strain in that knee. Bring the hand next to the front foot, make a fist if you need to, and let's breathe in, opening up, 2, 3, 4. On your exhalation, round, pulse, 2, 3, 4. 3 to go. Breathing in and exhaling. 2 more. And exhaling. Last one. And exhaling. Good. Hands on the mat. Let's come back into your child's pose. Sit back into your child's pose. Relax your forehead on your hands or on the mat and breathe. Feel the breath into that lower back. Finish off with one more and uncurl through the spine. Have a quick drink of water. Let's move into a pyramid or down dog position. So back onto your hands and knees, curl the toes under, push up and walk through the feet. Just give that back line of the body a good stretch. Bouncing both heels down and bounce your chest down. Relax the head, nod the head from side to side. In this position, I want you to stay here. If you're taking any strain in the wrists, I want you to drop onto the knees and you're going to work into push-ups. So you're going to squeeze the elbows into the waist and extend back. If you can, come into this pyramid or down dog position. Again, we're going to bend the elbow. Well, this time we're going to bend the elbows. If you're on the knees, I just want you to focus on activating the rhomboids. So squeezing the rhomboids together and releasing, keeping the elbows straight. In this down dog position, we want to activate the rhomboids, but we want to pull the shoulders blades back down towards the tailbone. And then we're going to bend the elbows. Take the crown of the head onto the mat. So we're going to do that 4 times for 4. Breathe out as you push up. 3. And 2 more. And 1 more. Come forward into your plank position. So squeeze your glutes, push your weight into your heels, and now you're just going to go into that rhomboid push-up. So just keeping the elbows straight. Let's do another 2 and another 1. Good. From there, you're going to push back into your pyramid or down dog and repeat the 4 push-ups with the elbows bending. For 2, for 3, and 4. Finishing off with 1 more set. Relaxing the head. Let's push up for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come forward into your plank. Shoulders over wrists. Elbows stay straight. Here we go for 4. Are you breathing? 3 and 2 and 1. Drop back onto your knees. Uncurl your toes and back into your child's pose. Focusing again on the breathing into the lower back. One last deep breath in. On your exhalation, uncurl through the spine, circle the shoulders up and back. Finishing off on the hands and knees, we're going to bounce into the short plank position and then extend into your pyramid or down dog. Here we go. So we're going to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, push back to pyramid and stretch back as far as you can, relaxing the neck and the head. Repeat the same thing. Bounce 2, 3, 4. Push back into your pyramid or down dog, relaxing the neck. If you want to, you can add that bounce with the feet. 2, 3, 4. Push back. And again, bounce. 2, 3, 4. Push back. Keep going. We're going to do 4 more. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Push back. 3 more. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Push back. 2 to go. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Push back. And the last one. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Push back. Bend the knees. Hold that short plank position. Focus on your posture. Just relaxing the neck and the head, but keeping the spine in a straight line. I want you to walk your hands back and drop onto your heels into your squat position. Keep looking up, keeping the body nice and tall. Let's breathe in and fire the glutes with the breath. Shake everything out. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze the glutes. Open up into the pelvis and the hips. Let's roll down through the spine, bend at the waist, and release. Bounce from one side to the other side. Have a deep breath in. As you do so, uncurl through the spine, circle the shoulders up and back, and shake everything out. Well done, and thank you for joining me in 2022.